What up guys, SuperMetal983 here, yous have waited long enough, here it is. This is Updates and Purchases number 42, and I am so sorry that it has taken so long. This has took me, well, the last Updates and Purchases was back in July 2019, so over a year it's took to finally get this Updates and Purchases. I did record one back in, I think it was back in October. I think it was last year, before things got really crazy in my life, and then just by the time I was ready to upload that video, it didn't seem necessary, you know, like I was in a different location, a lot of things have changed in my life, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to re-record it and just dissect everything that we've got coming up. So yeah, stick around for this video. This is going to be a two-part Updates and Purchases, as you can see by the title, and the first half is going to be a general update on me and what's been happening in my life, and showcase all the merch that I've been getting, the DVDs and stuff like that, and some other items in here. We're going to dissect all that today, and part two we'll be featuring vinyls, because there's quite a few vinyls, and if there's quite a few vinyls, you can guess, because it's been over a year, there's been shit tons of CDs added to this vast collection. So yeah, and also what do you think of the CD collection now? I've got some new shelves and stuff like that, so yeah, we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, so that's what you can expect in the upcoming future, as well as more album reviews and other content coming in the upcoming future. So make sure to subscribe. I know it's a bit cringy to say that, but make sure to subscribe because there's more videos on the way. So where do we begin? Let's begin back in, let's take it back to October, around that time when I recorded my last Updates and Purchases. I said in that video that, obviously you don't know it, but I said in the previous recording that I was going to be taking a hiatus from the YouTube channel, just because I was going to be moving out of my parents' house and moving in with my fiance and starting our life together and stuff like that, and I didn't want that much stress, you know, trying to focus on YouTube, work, and getting my house sort of up and running. So I wanted to, you know, just take it a little bit easy, take one part, just put a pause on YouTube, and then come back with sort of a little bit more motive behind it to come back, you know. That was my idea anyway. But yeah, so that happened around, well, we moved in around, I think it was late November, early December when we moved in, and the house still had a lot of work to do, so I was focusing on that, and obviously me work and all that sort of stuff. And then everything seems to be going well, the house is starting to take shape, and then she decided to end our relationship on Valentine's Day. So yeah, so I was left flabbergasted, you could say, in what should I do. I mean, I started sorting this house out and starting to build my life up a little bit, and I was back to being on my own, and with support of my best friends, my band, my family, which I can't thank them enough for if they end up watching this video. I love the lot of yous, the people who've been there for us since then. I really appreciate it. But anyway, so I decided to stick it out and work some things out with me mum and dad to help us be able to live here on my own, because you know, it's difficult going from what I had to what I was going into, but with the help I had, I can't appreciate it anymore. So I decided to stick it out and do this house. I mean, it's starting to take relative shape to where I want it to be. It's got the basic foundations that I need to live in here, you know, and I'm getting on by. Obviously, we're with this situation of COVID in there as well. It has been pretty difficult around the time when we first went into lockdown and stuff. But also on top of that, there was a bit of light in it that I finally passed my driving test. So yeah, I think I passed my test. If I'm not mistaken, I passed my test 3 days. I think it was roughly 3 or 2 days before lockdown, and so I was one of the very few to get it just before lockdown, and then I finally got my car on the road like a week into lockdown, so I was really happy to manage to get on the road, and it made it so much easier for travelling to work and meeting up with a couple of people in the social bubble and my family and stuff. So, you know, it's been a lot easier. It's been an easy run, but it's also been a hard run at the same time. So I'm getting there, and you know, I haven't really had enough time to really focus on and update some purchases. So I've been getting the reviews done when I felt like it, and you know, trying to get on top of my life sort of thing, and I think I'm starting to get there. So yeah, just be patient with us, you know, that's how life works. Stuff gets in your way and you jump over it, or you just stop dead in the water, you know, that's how it works. But anyway, so yeah, so now we're in what are we in now? We're in September, and yeah, my life's drastically changed. I'm doing good. I'm obviously staying safe. I'm still working, and I live on my own now. And in all honesty, I'm loving it. You know, so yeah. Enough about that. Let's crack on with things a little bit more. I am going to try and do more reviews over the coming weeks, because I've got quite a few releases that I do want to talk about. I've even got 2 reviews ready and recorded. I just need to edit them, so by the time this goes up, they will probably be edited and uploaded and as within destruction and make them suffer. So keep an eye out for those if they haven't gone up. But yeah, I'm going to try and get maybe next week or the week after maybe to get this CD collection, pick out the ones that I've been getting over the past year and 3 months, something like that, since the last updates and purchases. So there's going to be quite a lot, so expect a big part 2, and I'm going to try and whittle through it as quick as I can, but we'll see what happens in the upcoming future. So yeah, no other updates on the home front. The only one I can really think of is Casting Tephra, me deathcore band that I'm part of now. We are going to be hitting the studio very soon to record our debut EP, Realm of Blissful Ignorance, which will be linked down below to our Facebook and Instagram, where you can check us out and be ready for when this shit hits, because it's gonna. Oh, I'm so excited to get this shit on the road and release some music that's going to be heavy as fuck, guaranteed. But yeah, keep an eye out for that on our Facebook and, you know, my Instagram. I'll post it. There'll be links down below for my Instagram as well, so keep an eye out for that when it comes about. So yeah, I guess it's time to get on to the purchases side of things. First purchase I can actually think of is around I can't even remember when it was. It was around December, January time, something like that. My iPod decided to die on us, so I was left with the choice of getting the iPod fixed again, which only lasted a couple of months last time. Not even a couple of months, probably like a month and a half, something like that. And I wasn't going to throw down that kind of much, so I thought I'd invest myself in a new phone and combine it as being my music player as well. I've done that before and I didn't like it, so I thought I'd try and adapt a little bit. So I got myself the iPhone, I believe this is the iPhone 11, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's 256 gigs, something like that. And yeah, obviously way bigger memory than the iPod Classic, and I've got all my music on here, and quite frankly, it's been holding up very well. I was worrying when I was putting all this music on that it was going to slow the phone right the fuck down, but it hasn't, and I'm using it every day, and I absolutely love it. And when I got it, I really enjoyed it, having all the music. I am limiting myself a little bit to like 160 gigs, so I'm kind of referencing the iPod in a way. Like sometimes I'll creep over to like 165 and then just have a good clear out, you know, sort of thing. But, you know, I'm absolutely loving it. So yeah, I'm back using Apple. So I know there's a few people that think that's a bad choice, but, you know, that's how it works. And while I was when I got that, me ex suggested that I get some wireless earphones, because I didn't think that it was a choice, really. So I thought, you know, I'm going to do it. It's the best idea. So she suggested that I get the Power Beats. I believe this is the Power Beats 3 Dr. Dre earphones. Now, I'm going to be honest, I've never been a fan of the Dr. Dre Beats. I just think a bit overrated, in all honesty. But that was like the first line when I first heard them and stuff. But this new line, this one, the sound is fucking awesome. It's clear, it's boomy when you need it to be, and it's just super, super quality earphones. So I would highly recommend them. They were on sale at the point. I know they go for quite a bit, but they were like, I think they were like $79.99, something like that. So I thought I'd treat myself to them, and yeah, going on the bus with these was a doddle because I could barely hear shit. You know, people whining and stuff. So yeah, they can go on the floor for now. But yeah, so really happy with that combination. And with us driving now, I don't really use them as much, so I just connect them to my car stereo and yeah, use the tunes that are on my phone. So, and I do use Spotify for like the shuffle playlist that I've got, because with the deleting stuff and adding stuff, you know, I thought, you know, I'll use Spotify for like my shuffle playlist and use my phone for when I want to listen to albums. People may think that's a little bit weird, but that's just my preference. Excuse me. So yeah, and let's get on to the other ones we've got here. I just want to showcase this awesome skull that me auntie got us for Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. It's a steampunk skull, which obviously you need to check out steampunk because it's such a unique style and fashion. But she got us this really cool skull, which is now part of this room here, which eventually I will do a kind of room tour or even house tour. Probably it's a room tour, we'll see what happens. But yeah, absolutely love this skull, and it kind of breaks from like the normal skulls and stuff like that I've got scattered around the house, so really big fan of that. In fact, I'm going to put that down there. Next up, these are some new arrivals to the household, and because I really need some new trainers, and honestly, I'm not into this sort of thing, but because I think, like, obviously band merch, hats, shirts, hoodies, all of that, yeah, I can deal with that shit, but band merch trainers I always thought was a bit cringy, but I saw these ones and I thought, you know what, I've got to fucking get them. I've got to fucking get them, and I recently got them in the mail, and these are PaulWWilson trainers. As you can see, PaulWWilson, and if you open up there, it's got the PaulWWilson emblem with the wolf on the side. Honestly, I saw these on EMP and I just thought, you know what, I have to get them. They're so cool. I just thought I have to, and I absolutely love PaulWWilson. So you know, I do plan to get a hoodie of them at some point, but those trainers, I just had to get them. They're so nice. Excellent stuff. Anyway, let's get on to the games. We've got a couple of games right here. This one is the oldest one, so I'm going to show this one. This was my childhood back in the day. I mentioned it in the last updates and purchases back in July 2019 we're talking about, and I did get it in the end. This is Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Man, if you were on the PS1, you'll know how much this game meant to a lot of people, and in my opinion, it still holds its mark, in my opinion. I absolutely love this game, and I still play it, and it just brings back so many memories from when I used to get in from school, put my backpack down, and not even get changed out of my uniform, PlayStation on, and just play this game all night long. You know, absolutely love this thing. I struggled back in the day, but you know what, my skills didn't rub off that badly. But you know, yeah, great game. If you haven't played it, make sure you do so. And I know Triple D, I keep on telling them to buy it, so Triple D, get your ass on that game. Anyway, next up we have one of these is probably new I was going to get, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is you could say the prequel to the first Modern Warfare, which the Modern Warfare games are incredible, I might as well add. And this one, I think the story was absolutely fantastic. It kind of starts it all off very well. And to be honest, I thought it was a follow-up, but I didn't think it was like a prequel sort of thing. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I do want to play the remastered ones of Modern Warfare 1 and 2. I think they've done 2. I could be wrong on that, but I do need to play those at some point. But this game, absolutely fantastic. And yeah, if you just want me gamer tag, tough. Because I don't give it out to everyone, you know. And I'm going to take a quick drink. And actually, I was meant to show this last updates and purchases. Stitch mug I got in Paris. Yeah, I love Stitch, man. Stitch man. Anyway, moving on. Let's dissect the DVDs. We've got quite a pile here, to be honest. Obviously, it's been a while, and to be honest, I have been trying to pick up a couple of DVDs over the past year. So yeah, we've got quite a few to get through. And also, I might as well add, Disney Plus has been the godsend to lockdown. Like, I've watched so many Disney movies that I haven't got on DVD and stuff I used to watch back when I was a kid, and all the memories just coming back, man. Just absolutely love it. If you haven't got it, have a word with yourself. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of Disney, the first one we're going to talk about is the new Aladdin, which I think's great. I think Will Smith plays the genie very, very well. He doesn't try and act like Robin Williams. He puts his own little twist on it, and I think it makes it stand out a little bit more in the remake. So if you haven't watched this, make sure you do so. It's fantastic. And yes, I will be watching the new Mulan when it drops, whenever that is. I know it's premium access at the moment, but you know. Anyway, next up we have Avatar, which in my opinion is an incredible, incredible movie. The graphics are just unreal, and I have watched this in 4K on, I believe it was Netflix. I watched it, and wow, that blew my mind. The graphics, like, there was a couple of scenes that I don't remember being in the first time I watched it. So, and it just showed the picture quality and stuff, just popped out so much, and I just fell in love with the movie again. I couldn't stop watching it. Anyway, next up, another Disney one. We have Brave, which I've only watched this a couple of times, but it is a very good movie. Not much really to say on that. Next up, this movie's absolutely hilarious. We have The Heat, which has got Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. Yeah, absolutely hilarious movie. If you haven't watched this, make sure you do so. Such a fun movie. Alright, next up we have the Hunger Games movies. I've got all 4 of them now. I think I showcased the box set that I got, but I think it was missing Mockingjay Part 2, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I've got all 4 of them in single DVD form now. So yeah, let's just showcase them. You know them. There's the Hunger Games, which incredible movie. Hunger Games Catching Fire, great movie, but I can't even remember like which one was my least favourite, but they're all amazing. But this one, yeah, I think it was my least favourite of the 3, or it might have been Part 1. I'm not sure, but we'll get there. But yeah, great movie nonetheless. Then we have Mockingjay Part 1, which, to be honest, I think this one was my least favourite of the 3, but it's still at least an 8 out of 10, if you ask me. I love those movies. And Mockingjay Part 2, absolutely incredible. This one is probably my favourite. Probably. Or Catching... I can't remember. Anyway, I need to rewatch those movies. Anyway, I got these from my good buddy Michael Bowers, which is channel linked down below if you're into Sunderland Football Club, which I'd be surprised if you are and you're watching this channel. But anyway, he gave us a couple of DVDs. He got us 2 of Ice Age, which is the first one, and Ice Age The Meltdown, which this one's got something to do with robots. Oh, just a little advertisement, I guess. But yeah, really happy to have those movies. I do need to get the rest of them because they are fantastic movies. Quite underrated these days as well. Anyway, moving on. We have the deluxe edition of Casino Royale, which I have the standard DVD or director's cut DVD. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to get this one from him because he was giving it away for free. So I thought, you know what, it'll look good on my shelf. So happy with that. And he gave us 2 more of the Daniel Craig era that, to be honest, I can't remember if I've watched either of these. I know I definitely haven't watched the second one, but I'm not sure about this one. I don't think I've watched Quantum of Solace yet, but this one's meant to be a good one. And then we've got Skyfall, which I haven't watched, guaranteed. But I do know the soundtrack, the Adele song, which I think is incredible. Might as well add. Next up, we have a couple of Marvel movies, which just to expand the collection. I think I've got all of them bar the... What's the movie? Ant-Man 2 and Captain Marvel. I think those are the only two I need, but one day we'll see. But I've got the worst one, Iron Man 2, which, yeah, you know. And then we have Captain America, the First Avenger, which it's starting to grow on us. I didn't think much of it when I first watched it, but yeah, still enjoy it. And then we have Iron Man 3, bit of an underrated one, but still not the greatest, personally. Then we have Avengers Endgame. Remember, don't spoil the Endgame, even though everyone's probably seen it by now. But yeah, absolutely incredible movie. Still watch the living shit out of that. And then we have Spider-Man Far From Home, which I absolutely love this movie. In all honesty, I think it's way better than Homecoming. Homecoming, it is a good movie, but I don't know, I just didn't click with it as much. But I do give credit where credit's due, but this one I think is a lot better. Anyway, moving on, we have dropped all my DVDs. Why not? We have the Men in Black trilogy, which I absolutely love the Men in Black movies. I just haven't seen Men in Black International, but I just have mixed feelings when I first saw the trailer. So, but yeah, these three. Oh, so good movies. Such good movies. And in my opinion, the third one is the best one. It's just so good. Next up, a bit of nostalgia here. I'm trying to get more nostalgia stuff, as you can kind of tell. But this one was my movie back in the day. I saw its anniversary earlier this year. And I thought, you know what, I have to pick it up on DVD. The Power Rangers movie. You know from back in the day. This was... I absolutely love this movie. It still gives us nostalgia trips of getting beat up in school for saying Power Rangers were better than Tony Hawk. So, you know, that was my childhood. But yeah, and, honestly, I do want to get Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the DVD box set, just for nostalgia trip and just watch the living shit out of them. Because as a child, I'm fucking 27 and I'm wanting to watch more Power Rangers. What's wrong with me? Anyway, people say there's nothing wrong with us, and they're right. Anyway, moving on. This one, you may think this is a weird jump, but we have Trolls, which I saw this one last year, if I'm not mistaken, at some point, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite a fun movie, so I thought, you know what, I'll ask for that for Christmas, and I got it. Next one, this was a program I used to watch on the telly when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed it, but when I bought this DVD, I thought it was going to be like the entire episodes that were featured on Channel 4, if I'm not mistaken, but it turned out just to be like a kind of best moments of the show, and this is Full Metal Challenge. So yeah, if you've watched this and you're from the UK, then I have massive props to you, but I know it wasn't the most popular show back then, but I thought it was very interesting, because I was into the likes of Robot Wars, Scrappy Challenge and all that, so, and Techno Games, if you remember that. So yeah, that sort of stuff really interested me, so I had to get that on DVD. It was only a couple of quid, so, you know. And the final one, I can't remember if I've showcased this one, but I thought, you know what, I might as well showcase it again, because I rewatched it not too long ago, and I thought, it just gave us goosebumps, man. And that is Dimmu Borgir, the Norwegian Radio Orchestra and Choir Forces of the Northern Night. Yeah, which is a live DVD. Mainly them performing songs from Abrahadabra, which is a very underrated album of Dimmu Borgir, if you ask me. But they've got some of the classic songs on here as well, and wow, what a DVD this is, if you ask me. I've showcased this, but I thought, you know what, I'm not sure if I have, but I'm going to showcase it anyway. So yeah, I've got those. Now, moving on, we're going to move on to the merch, and we've got quite a bit of merch to showcase, as you can imagine. And yeah, I've updated my setup. I'm slowly updating my setup, because I really like having my CDs as a backdrop, and especially the vastness of my collection now. It's just nice to see and just stand and admire it. So, you know, if I've got this as a background, I know a lot of YouTubers do it, but to me, I understand it. So, But with showcasing a lot of t-shirts, I used to just put them on my bed and just reach for them and showcase them and just fling them on the floor. That's not happening now because I now have a clothes rack right here, which I'll just quickly grab my camera if I can. See how this works. A clothesline, so I can put all my shirts on there and just grab them off the line and show you them piece by piece. So we're going to see how this goes. I think it looks great and should work well, so let's take it piece by piece. But before we get into these merchandise items, we're going to showcase a couple of hats that I've got, because I've got 3 to showcase. And these first 2 I got at Fall in the Brawl, the last Fall in the Brawl back in 2019, which Cass and Tephra performed at, and it was an amazing show, and thanks to everyone who caught our set. And the weekend was just such a fun time, just to have it with me boys, Sean, Tom, Nath, and Ben, just along for the ride. It was just so worth it. It was the best, one of the best gigs experience I've ever had, and I love the guys, and I love Dan and Ash for putting on Fall in the Brawl and making us see so many bands that I would have wanted to see, excuse me, that I've wanted to see for so long, and to finally see them was just an honour. So thank you guys, I really appreciate it. Shout out to Hollow Crown Records and Crown Collective. Absolutely amazing job, guys. Anyway, so yeah, the first one is a beanie of Lashing Out, which is, I believe, a Scottish beatdown band, if my memory serves us correctly. But I saw this beanie on their merch store before Fall in the Brawl, and I was like, I have to get that if I see it. So absolutely love that beanie. Love it. Next up, I got a snapback at Fall in the Brawl, and I've got another snapback showcase in a second, and this one is of Cranium, because they really, or Cranium, I say Cranium personally, but yeah, I really loved their performance, so I had to get some merch, and the snapbacks just shouted out to me. So it's got the Slam Hammer on the side, Slam Courses on the back, and then it has the Slam Courses artwork on the bottom. Absolutely love this snapback. I wore it all that weekend, and I wear it non-stop nowadays, and I know it kind of blends in with me top, but yeah, I'm kind of colour coordinating myself at the moment, which is pretty sad, but you know. But yeah, love that snapback, so yeah. And then the other snapback I got from a friend of mine in the Netherlands. Sorry, I can't remember your name off the top of my head, but yeah. He sold us this Slaughter Reveal snapback with the logo on the front, Russian Hate on the back, and then the chapters of Misery artwork on the, what's it called, the peak, is it? I don't know, but the underside there. And yeah, guitarist in my band, Tom, he adores anything that Alex Terrible does, basically. And when he saw me wearing this, because it's a bit of a rarity, he hates us now, put it that way. But yeah, absolutely love this snapback, and I'll give a shout out to the guy who sold it down below. His solo project and his band will be linked down below where you can check it out. But we're gonna dissect this clothes reel right now, and yeah, honestly, I've been savouring these for like about 3 weeks, something like that, preparing for this video, because getting me washing done and stuff, making sure I have all the shirts nice and clean-ish to show you. Like, there's only one, which is the last one, alphabetically, ironically enough, that only came in like yesterday, and I decided to wear it, so, you know. Anyway, moving on, so we have 2 hoodies to showcase. The first one is a pullover of one of my favourite albums of this year, which is Viscera, which, check out my album review if you haven't already, and their debut album, Obsidian, with the artwork on the back. Absolutely love this hoodie. I'm starting to warm up more to the pullover style, but yeah, love this hoodie. Really happy with that. Alright, so I'm just going to try and move this. Yeah, that should be alright. And then this one came in with the PaulWWilson shoes, and yeah, I absolutely love this band, as you know, and they just always brighten my mood, so I had to get some more merch of them. I've got a shirt, a sleeveless shirt of them, so I had to get a hoodie. And this is Volbeat with the Rewind, Replay, Rebound hoodie with the logo and title on the front, all emblem of the album. And then on the back, it's got the artwork, which yeah, I love that artwork. I think it's just so old school and fit into the Volbeat sound very well. And this album is incredible. If you haven't heard it, have a word with yourself, because Volbeat, such a good band. Anyway, we're going to crack on with a vest top that I got. I don't usually buy vest tops, but this one, it just screamed out to us. I mean, I've got, in my bedroom now, I've got a Thy Art Is Murder human target artwork flag above my bed. It just looks so good. I might showcase it in a future video. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I saw this vest top and I thought, you know what, I have to get it. And this is the human target vest top, which I absolutely love this vest top. It's so comfy, and for when I'm chilling, like we've had quite a few hot days in this lockdown, so just chilling in the house with some slam shorts on and this vest top, it's just the perfect combination for chill mode. Human target written on the back. Absolutely love this thing, and that album, if you haven't heard it, make sure you do so, because I'd be surprised if you haven't. I'm a little bit out of the picture, so I'm going to move this a little bit towards us. Look at that, man. So easy. Anyway, the first one of the t-shirts, I'm going to quickly do a cheeky self-promotion. Cast in Tephra logo shirt with our logo on the front. Cast in Tephra. I absolutely love our logo, I'm not going to lie. It's done by the same guy who done Within Destruction's logo, and I believe he done Shrine of Malice, if I'm not mistaken. He's done another famous one, but I can't remember which one. But anyway, but yeah, absolutely love that. I'll give a shout down below in the description of where you can check out the logo designer. His name's Tyrant. I can't remember his actual name off the top of my head. And then on the back, it's our tagline, 0191 Slam Down. Yeah, I absolutely love this shirt. Shameless self-promotion. I love my band, I love my boys, and, you know, there's no shame in that. Now get on to the other merch, and I'm going to quickly take a sip of tea. Because the stool's empty, I can put it down there. So, let's crack on. And the first one is, so far, my album of the year for 2020. And that is the Acacia strain with their new album, Slow Decay. And this is the long sleeve that Impericon was doing, which has this purple and white design with the Acacia strain written down. Each sleeve, nothing on the back, but it has Slow Decay, the Acacia strain, the track list at the bottom. If you haven't checked out my album review, make sure you do so. But this long sleeve, this is the one I'm waiting to do this video just so I can fucking wear it, man. I've only wore it once and I want to wear it again, but after this video, yes, I'm sad, get over it. Next up we have Arcranius with their album artwork for Dishonor, which in my opinion is the best Arcranius album. And then it says on the back, I think it says I am the Redeemer. I think it says Redeemer, I'm sure it does. Written on the back in some like slam font. Love this shirt, love this album. If you haven't heard Arcranius, make sure you do so. Slam Brutality. I believe from Germany, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I could be wrong about that. But next up we have Anal Nathrak with in the constellation of the Black Widow artwork shirt. Yeah, I've been after an Anal Nathrak shirt for so fucking long, and this album is probably my favourite of their discography, and it says the title on the back, in the constellation of the Black Widow. Yeah, this album, absolutely fantastic. It's eviscerating, it's grindy, it's industrial, it's blackened, and it's just as extreme as it gets. I love Anal Nathrak, and I cannot wait for that new album. And Endarkenment, I believe it's called. Cannot wait for that. Anyway, moving on. Next up we have one of the best metalcore bands out there, As I Lay Dying, with the album artwork for Shaped by Fire. Yeah, I love As I Lay Dying. Yes, Tim Lambesis has done what he's done. He served his time, whatever. But yeah, this is such... I'm so glad to have a shirt of these guys again. I had a hoodie back in like 2011, and I've been wanting merch of them since then, but nothing's really shouted out to us. But this album, it's so good, man. It's such a good album. Anyway, moving on. Next up, I got this from my buddy Daryl. This is the At the Gates Slaughter of the Soul artwork shirt, which I've cut the sleeves off as like the Anal Nathrak top. But yeah, classic album in death metal, and I just had to have it. It was going for really cheap, so I couldn't resist. Next up, when I saw Slipknot back in January, I think it was. January or February, I think it was January. Behemoth was supporting them, and I was personally more hyped for Behemoth. I mean, We Are Not Your Kind, I say it again, I don't think it's a great album in all honesty, so I wasn't massively hyped for Slipknot. I was more hyped for Behemoth, and then meeting them just before the show was such an honour, and yeah, it's not every day you can say you've met an iconic band like Behemoth, you know what I mean? Anyway, so when I got the merch down, my buddy Sean and his brother made a beeline for the Slipknot merch, and I was like, I'm going to Behemoth. And as soon as I saw this design on the wall, I was like, give me that. And that is this lush Behemoth long sleeve. Just look at that design. And then on the back it has, crucifixion was not enough. On the back. And it's just got a simple like design on the sleeve there. Yeah, absolutely love this shirt. And Behemoth stole the show, if you ask me. I survived the mosh pits of Slipknot. Like, I went seated for the first time I saw them on the All Hope Is Gone tour. Great Chapter tour, I went seated again, but I was adamant that I was going standing for this time, and because I didn't enjoy We Are Not Your Kind as much, I thought, you know what, instead of being right at the front with my mate, I'm going to go into the pits and have a good time to the jams, should we just say it, and I had such a good time during the pits. I was battered and bruised the next day, I can tell you that. Anyway, moving on. We have a new shirt of Black Tongue, which I got when I saw them on their UK tour. Love this design. I prefer this to the Nadia artwork that I have, but, you know. And it says on the back, there is only death, written on the back in some, like, old school, old English style font. Absolutely love this shirt, and they absolutely killed it when I saw them in the Clooney. Next up, I might as well add, this is just so much easier. Anyway, moving on, we have a classic shirt from the MySpace days. This is the Blade from Within Humanity artwork shirt, which I got from my mate Daryl from Score with the At the Gates top. Yeah, this is a medium, which kind of put us off a little bit, but it's just such a classic album artwork shirt. I just had to get it, and it's OG. It's proper OG. Anyway, moving on. We have some UK black metal that is really, really neat to check out. This is Blood Countess with one of their artwork shirts. I can't remember the name of this one. But they have a 3-track demo tape thing. It's available on Bandcamp as well. Yeah, absolutely killer black metal from the UK. And I'm not a massive tape collector, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to rep them at some point. So I decided to get this shirt, and I absolutely love it. It's such a comfy shirt, and just such a cool band. So shout out to Blood Countess, check them out. Next up we have a shirt. Now these next two, honestly, I've ordered shirts in the past pretty quickly, but honestly these two shirts, as soon as I see them, I've never ordered shirts so quick in my fucking life. I'm not even joking. And this first one is of the band Bloodbath, and it's the artwork shirt of their newest album, The Arrow of Satan is Drawn. They had, well, I decided one day to just look on their merch store, and I saw some new items added, and I was like, it's pretty cool. And then I saw another variant on the Arrow of Satan is Drawn, and I thought, it's cool, I'll see what else he is. And I saw this one, and I think I spent about 20 seconds tops ordering this top. Like, I absolutely love the design, I love this album, in my opinion. It's one of the best Swedish death metal albums, and it's one of my go-to ones, so absolutely incredible stuff. And Nick Holmes, I think his name is, from Paradise Lost, his vocals on that album are just, so goddamn gritty. Love them. Anyway, moving on, and the other one is the one that I got from Hell's Headbangers, so big shout out to Hell's Headbangers for making dreams come true, should we just say it, because they put up some Bowl Thrower shirts, and they put up a one for, I believe it was War Master, I think it's called, the orange one. I've never listened to that album, so I was like, okay. But they put up one of my favourite album artwork shirts, Realm of Chaos. Honestly, this one was probably about 22 seconds, if that. So I think the Bloodbath one I ordered slightly faster, but oh my god, this album, man, and this band, they're such an iconic band, and I'm so happy to finally have a shirt of them. It's obviously, you know how rare both those shirts are. They go for like £100 at least. So to only pay the money I did, like, I can't even remember how much it was. I was super stoked. So props to Hell's Headbangers for that. Anyway, moving on, we have, as you can see, a different colour shirt. Yeah, we'll have another one coming up in a little bit, but this one I got for Christmas, and I kind of started like a train for this. And the first one is Borders with their new album Purify. This is like a variation on the artwork, you could say. Borders written down the left-hand sleeve there. Yeah, I absolutely love this shirt. It's something different, you know, and when I got it, I was like, yeah, that is a very nice top, and it does work on us. Like, obviously you've seen us in black many times, so to see us in yellow, people were like, you feeling alright? You know how it is. Anyway, moving on. Next up, we have one of the best albums from last year. This is Cognizance with Malignant Dominion, I believe it's called. Yeah, this album absolutely crushed last year in the tech death scene. In my personal opinion, it was one of my favourite albums of last year, and this shirt is just such a beauty. So simple, but I do love that crazy artwork. Love this band. Make sure you check out their debut album and their EPs that they've released leading up to it. They've been quality, if you ask me. Next up, we have some local talent right here, and I urge you all to support your local bands. I can't urge it enough. There is so many quality bands in your scenes there. My scene, the Northeast Metal and Core community, there is so many great bands, and I always try and support them bands and rep them as much as I can. And this band definitely deserved it, if you ask me. And this is Contaminated with their newish logo shirt. I know they're actually using their proper logo, but it says Contaminated, Disconnected. Yeah, Disconnected on the front, and it has a single artwork on the back. Absolutely love that designer. Absolutely love the Contaminated boys. I just cannot wait to play a show with them in the upcoming future. Fingers crossed, lads. It has to happen. Anyway, moving on. We have another local band in a little bit, but we'll get that in a second. Next up is another funny colour one. This is the red one, but it's kind of like a maroon sort of colour. Like, it's a darker red. But this is Counterparts. Yeah, I absolutely love Counterparts. If you're into melodic hardcore, make sure you check them out. But it's got some text down the side which I can't read off the thing. Nothing left to love. Yeah, written across the sleeve, and then Counterparts on the front. Absolutely love this design, and I love this colour. This is another one that I'll look in the mirror and I go, it fucking works. And people are like, why the fuck are you wearing colour? You know, that's the thing nowadays. Anyway, moving on. Next up, we have The Devil Wears Prada with this kind of Three Horsemen sort of shirt with the emblem on the front there, and then on the back, TDWP, The Devil Wears Prada, with the 3 horse design on the back there. Really love that design, and I got this when I first heard their newest album, The Act. What an album. What an album. Make sure you check it out. Definitely their most impressive work to date, if you ask me. Next up, we have some more black metal in the shape of Dissection with their classic album, I always get the title mixed up, so I need to get it right. Storm of the Light's Bane. Yeah, I always get that title mixed up. But yeah, absolutely love this album. It's a classic album in black metal. And then it says on the back, Anti-Cosmic Metal of Death. Yeah. Absolutely love this album. I still need to pick it up on CD, but I'm so happy to be able to rep that album. It's so good. Anyway, next up we have Imura with the Look at Yourself. Kind of pocket design long sleeve, you could say. On both sides, it says Imura, Look at Yourself, the Imura E, and then in grey down the sleeves, it says Look at Yourself on both sides. Really like this design. It's on a kind of like Gildan soft style long sleeve, which I'm not a massive fan of, but yeah, I really love this design when I seen it. So, and in my opinion, Look at Yourself is the best Imura album. It's just so goddamn good. Anyway, next up we have, I know I've been whittling on quite a bit now, but, you know, thanks for sticking around. Anyway, we have Entombed with the Wolverine Blues long sleeve shirt, which is one of my go-to long sleeves at the moment. Down the side it has the Earache logo in red, and then on the other side it has the classic Entombed logo in red. Yeah, in my opinion, this album is the best Entombed album. Yes, I prefer it to Left Hand Path and Clandestine. Fuck you, I know Tom's going to hate us for saying that, but yeah, we have this deliberation all the time, or debate, you could say, debation, whatever. Yeah, love this album, and Tom, it is their best album. Anyway, moving on, another HM2 band, Entrails, and this is the artwork shirt for Tales from the Morgue, which is another shirt I've seen on Hell's Headbangers, and yeah, instantly made an order. I got this with another shirt, and yeah, absolutely love this album, and on the back it has this really nice design. I've obviously got the Obliteration artwork shirts as well, but you know what, doesn't hurt to have two, does it? People say it does hurt if you don't have the shelf space, but I don't, so we'll make it work. Anyway, next up, this one, God, this is such a personal shirt. This is the Fall in the Brawl 2019 shirt with a really nice, just kick the stand, pocket design. Love that shit. And then on the back, it has the Fall in the Brawl logo, and the bands are played across the weekend, which, let's see if I can find us. There we are, Casting Tephra, right there amongst all these amazing, amazing bands. It's, oh man, it's so crazy to see so many bands with Casting Tephra around us. It's so unreal. So thanks to everyone who caught our set again, and props to Fall in the Brawl once again for being the best UK festival, in my personal opinion. Anyway, moving on, another shirt I got at Fall in the Brawl. This is Filth with their Gutter Gang shirt with the Gutter Gang Filth 2020, and then the kind of old school logo. I know they've got a little bit of a variant on this logo they're using at the moment, but yeah, I saw this and I love simple logo designs, and this is such a nice shirt. Love the Filth Boys, definitely one of the best down-tempo bands out there. And big shout out to Dustin, the singer, for handing me the mic during Insomniac, the start of that song. You've made my career, honestly. Anyway, next up we have some death metal in the shape of Funebrarum with their artwork shirt for the Sleep of the Morbid Dreams. Yeah, it's really hard to read that font. But yeah, love this album. Classic kind of like chasmatic death metal, sort of, you know, cavernous death metal sound, you know, doomy, gloomy, and just so goddamn good. Love that album. Anyway, next up are one of my favourites from 2019, the band Harbinger with their debut album Compelled to Suffer. Oh, such a good album, full of riffs. And I decided to get myself some merch of these guys, and I got this lush, surprise, surprise, long sleeve of them with this really cool two-colour artwork with the red and white. Looks great. And then the Harbinger logo down the right-hand side. Love this design, and I love the Harbinger boys. I just hope that one day I get to play with them, because it would be such a fucking honour. Next up, these guys have just taken over my life as being one of the heaviest bands in deathcore. I'm talking about Humanity's Last Breath, and yeah, this is kind of like an artwork variation on their song Earthless, which, oh man, easily one of the heaviest songs of 2020, and yeah, their remixed and remastered versions of the self-titled album and the Detester EP are just scary. But that song, Earthless, is just terrifying. But yeah, it's got this really cool design down the sleeves, like drippy white stain, you could say. And then that's really cool artwork. Absolutely love this long sleeve. I've only worn it a couple of times just preparing for this video, but you know, as soon as this video is over, I can start wearing it again. Woohoo! Anyway, yeah, enough about that. We have Ginger with the Macro artwork, another great album from last year. It was in my top albums, and yeah, when I asked for the art, I'm not a massive fan of this shirt, to be honest, because the artwork's a little bit small and it just kind of seems a bit lost in the shirt. But yeah, nonetheless, I love Ginger and I love this album, so I have to wear it. Anyway, I find myself wearing it a lot. Anyway, moving on. Next up, one of the best from this year as well. We have Justice of the Damned, or Justice for the Damned, with Painter's Power artwork shirt. I've got the CD, obviously, to go with it. But man, this album crushes so hard. Easily one of the best of this year. So make sure you check it out. Absolutely fantastic album. If you're into hardcore, deathcore, and the HM2 sound, definitely get on that shit. Next up, we have Killswitch Engage with the Atonement artwork shirt, which absolutely incredible album, one of the best of last year. And I'll tell you about a new tattoo that I got right at the end because I forgot to showcase it at the start of the video, hint hint. But yeah, absolutely love this album and it's one of the best of last year. Anyway, pull your sleeves up. Next up is another local band that I definitely need to give a shout out to. This is Killanova with their single artwork for Immortal. Yeah, absolutely love these guys. If you're into thrash with like kind of like a melodic twist on it, then this is definitely for you. It's got a bit of a metalcore sort of influence in there as well, but it's so fucking good if you ask me. Unbiasedly, honestly, but love this shirt, and on the back it says Immortal. Absolutely love these guys, and this album is single is absolutely fantastic. But they've sold out of their EP, which I'm absolutely gutted about. But you know, I should have got there a lot sooner. And me and the singer of Killanova are going to be doing a little video in the upcoming future. We're just trying to plan it out a little bit at the moment, so keep an eye out for that when it comes about. Next up, we have some power violence, hardcore, grindcore sort of stuff in the shape of Leached with this, I believe it's called the Jaws t-shirt. Yeah, absolutely love Leached. Definitely one of the most violent bands in the UK scene, and yeah, I had to get some merch of them. Absolutely incredible band. Now, this shirt is definitely one that it's like the Ginger shirt. I'm not so overwhelmed with the print on this shirt, but I absolutely love this album, and sometimes I don't care, but sometimes I do care. But yeah, it's not the greatest print, but this is Mental Cruelty with the Inferus artwork shirt. I mean, it's not the greatest print in the world, but this album, man, wow, what an album. Definitely one of the best of last year. If you haven't heard it, get with the fucking times. You will not be disappointed. Next up, we have a classic death metal album and one of my favourite death metal albums, Morbid Angel with Gateway of Annihilation. Or Gateways to Annihilation, my bad. Yeah, what an album this is. This is easily one of the most crushing death metal albums in history. And yes, I think it's better than Altars of Madness, but in my opinion, Altars of Madness is an overrated album, personally. Anyway, next up we have some black metal, and I bought this shirt when I saw them live stream during lockdown. They did a live stream show, and I was so impressed with them, I had to get myself a shirt. This is Mork with an album artwork shirt, which I'm not going to pronounce, but yeah, this album absolutely kills if you ask me, so I had to get this shirt. Love this design, love this shirt. Great stuff. Nice to have some more black metal in me shirt collection. Anyway, we've got to pick things up because I've been whittling on for ages. Anyway, moving on, we have Motionless in White with the Graveyard Shift artwork shirt, or like the split artwork shirt. I did get a kind of logo shirt with just Motionless in White, Graveyard Shift for Christmas, but when I got it, I just didn't wear it an awful lot, and I thought, nah, I need to get a new shirt, and they still had this one available, and honestly, I've been wearing this one a lot more, so I'm really, really happy to have this one, and in my opinion, this is the best Motionless in White album. Fantastic stuff. Anyway, moving on, I got this, I believe I got this when I supported them with my band Casting Tephra for our first show, but this is MTXS with their album artwork for Ache. Absolutely love these guys, and this album is one of the best of last year. I said it in my top albums, and it has the logo down the, the right hand side. Yeah, absolutely love this album and love these guys. I saw them twice last year. I saw them when we played with them for our first show, and then when they played Fall in the Brawl, me and the lads were just stood in awe once again. Such a good band. Anyway, next up we have a new Our Hollow Our Home shirt. Our Hollow Our Home, yeah. Shirt for the collection, because my other one, it's a medium and it's starting to get a bit small, but I decided to get asked for a new one, and it came with a vinyl as well, which you'll see in the next updates and purchases, which is the pocket design of the latest album, In Memory in something, I can't remember, but yeah. And on the back it's got this really nice design which says it gets easier with time. Yeah, absolutely love that design and absolutely love this shirt. You know what, In Memory in something, where is it? In Moment in Memory, that's the fucking album. Yeah, I should remember this, but you know, I'm useless. Next up we have some more metalcore, and this is from Australia in the shape of Polaris with their The Death of Me artwork shirt with this really nice white and pink pocket design. Now on the back it has the artwork for the album with the track list here. Yeah, absolutely love this design, and I love the new Polaris album. It's fantastic. Next up we have some classic old school death metal in the shape of Possessed with their latest album entitled Revelations of Oblivion. Yeah, this album's starting to grow on me a lot more, and by the way, that back design, really nice. It's starting to grow on us a lot. I definitely think the second half of the album is a lot better than the first half, but you know, I'm starting to warm up to it, and you know, Seven Churches is a classic album, so I had to get a shirt of them, if you ask me. Anyway, next up, another classic shirt that I got from, this is from the bassist of Scordatura. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I got the Severe Torture Slaughtered artwork. In my opinion, this is one of the most underrated death metal albums ever. And then on the back it says, Knee Deep in Feces. Yeah, lovely shirt to wear. Yeah, absolutely love this album, and I'm so glad to have this. I've been after this shirt for so fucking long, man. I used to listen to this album quite religiously back in the day. It's such a good death metal album. Next up we have another Signs of the Swarm shirt. As you know, I had the Disfigurement of Existence artwork shirt a few years back, but I sold that to my guitarist Tom, and their new album is just so fucking good, man. David is such a better vocalist, if you have my personal opinion, for Signs of the Swarm, and this artwork shirt is just so beautiful, man. Absolutely love that. Next up is kind of my go-to shirt when I get the chance. It's just such a beautiful shirt, if you ask me. This is the Spirit Box long sleeve with this cool design on the front. It's got this cool design on the sleeve which says Perennial down here, and then on the other side it has a really cool design, and on the sleeve at the top here it says, if I can get it, A Vessel to the Ether Sea. And then the Spirit Box emblem on the side. It's a very extensive design. A Vessel to the Ether Sea, repeated a couple of times across the top there, and then Spirit Box on the back. Yeah, I absolutely love, I'm not even joking, I fucking love Spirit Box. Like, everything they put out has been, oh, so fucking good. I just need a full EP or a full album. I know they've done a singles collection, and that's fucking mint, but I just need a full album from these guys, because, man, I fucking love Spirit Box. And this is one of probably my go-to shirt. If it's not the Entombed long sleeve or the Traitors long sleeve, it's definitely Spirit Box's number one at the moment. Next up is Spite with the Root of All Evil long sleeve, which I got from Rising Merch for Christmas. Yeah, just a simple pocket design in cream, and then the skull on the left hand side, nothing on the right, and then as this like cool, like old school traditional tattoo design, the Root of All Evil on the back. Yeah, I absolutely love Spite. They're growing to become one of my favourites in deathcore at the moment, especially the underground. Wow. In all honesty, I remember that I used to hate I used to hate Spike back in the day. I thought they were such an overrated band. But then I started to warm up to their sound on The Root of All Evil, and then went back through their discography and then fell in love. So, you know, don't be quick to judge a band, because you will end up loving them one day. Yeah, just can't be said for the likes of A7X, for example. Fucking hate that band. Anyway, rant over, moving on. We have Stick to Your Guns with The Sun, The Moon, The Truth, Penance of Self. Written across the top, and this really cool design. I love Stick to Your Guns, and yeah, I had to get a shirt of them. I've got some shorts of them, but it's nice to have a shirt as well. Next up, I got this at the same time. I believe I got these for Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. But this is Straight from the Path, Long Island, New York, on the front there, and then it's got on the back, Straight from the Path, rats out of their holes. If you preach hate, then expect hate. Nazi punks, fuck off. On the bottom, which, yes, Nazi punks, fuck off. Yeah, absolutely love Straight from the Path. And in all honesty, the Goodnight Alt-Right song has grown on me over the years. It just sticks in your brain, man, and it's so fucking fun. I absolutely love that song. Moving on. Next up, we have this sleeveless shirt of Summoning with Minas Morgul, I believe it's pronounced. Yeah. I got this from a YouTube friend of mine who I've got on Facebook. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, and I do apologise. But yeah, I absolutely love this album. If you're into atmospheric black metal and Lord of the Rings, get on this shit. This is right up your alley. And then it has the Summoning logo on the back. I haven't worn this top a lot because it's a medium, and it's Fruit of the Loom, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it's kind of Fruit of the Loom. It's like a variation on that, but it feels similar. But yeah, I don't wear it as much, but I do love that album, so I had to get it. And I only paid like a couple of quid for it, so you know. Next up, another Thy Art Is Murder top for the collection. We have Dear Desolation, which is quickly becoming my favourite Thy Art Is Murder album. Like, Hate is still a 10 out of 10 album, and probably my album of the year for 2011. Not 2011. 2012, when it came out, because Infinite Annihilator's The Palpable Leprosy Pollution was my album of the year for that year. But to be honest, I think I prefer Hate a little bit more now. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, this album I haven't stopped listening to over the past year and a half, should we just say it, and it's grown to be, it's definitely my second favourite of Thy Art Is Murder. It's just such a good album. So yeah, and seeing them on the Human Target tour kind of enforced why I love that band so much. Anyway, next up we have To The Grave, which is an Aussie deathcore band. If you haven't heard them, make sure you do so. Their debut album is just so fucking good. I know I'm doing that a lot, but there is so many good albums to talk about. But yeah, I got this from Rising Merch, which it has To The Grave, what does it say? Sydney Deathcore 2020, and then on the sleeve it has Sydney Deathcore with kind of like a danger sign at the bottom there, and then I think it has, yeah, the To The Grave logo and some other emblems across the side, and then the back. Look at this design, man. Look at it. Oh man, that is so fucking gorgeous, if you ask me. And it says at the bottom, strip their bones clean of flesh, which I believe it's a Berserk and something combination shirt. I can't remember the other one, but yeah, it's a video game theme. But I love To The Grave, and I saw this design and I was like, yeah, I have to get that. It's so pretty. Anyway, moving on, we have Tomb Mold with their Manor of Infinite Forms artwork shirt, which I got when they released the last album. I can't remember what it's called, the like purpley green one. They restocked the long sleeve and this shirt of Manor of Infinite Forms. So I thought, you know what, I really love this album. I have to get the shirt, and I'll get the CD while I'm at it. So there's a plug for the next updates and purchases. But yeah, this shirt is gorgeous, and on the back it's got this really cool design, and it says, align your now withered limbs, dissection imment. Yeah, love this shirt. And if you haven't heard this album and you're into death metal, just do yourself a favour. It's so fucking good. Such a beastly album. Next up we have Vargrav with their Reign in Supreme Darkness artwork shirt. I believe that's what it's called. I don't think it's nearby the CD. Oh, no, it is. There it is. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Reign in Supreme Darkness. Yeah, what an album this is. And yeah, I had to get this shirt when I seen it on Hell's Headbangers. And on the back, it's got the main guy from it, Reign in Supreme Darkness. Absolutely incredible album. And I know they do the kind of Emperor worship sound. And to be honest, I think Emperor's kind of overrated. And I think Vargrav are just way better at doing the Emperor sound than Emperor are. So, go figure. Anyway, next up we have Venom Prison with Animus artwork shirt. I got this on Debop, I believe how it's pronounced, yeah. And I've been after a Venom Prison shirt for so fucking long, but I mainly wanted this shirt, and then when I seen it on Debop, I was like, in large especially, I was like, I lost my shit. I was like, it was the first order I'd actually made through Debop, and I was just like, I lost my shit, I'm not even gonna lie. Absolutely love this album and love this shirt. Incredible, incredible stuff. Next up, we have Vulvodynia with the Mob Justice artwork shirt, which I got as a bundle. I believe it was for my birthday last year, but it came a little bit later, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, and it has the Mob Justice print on the back with the Mob Justice Vulvodynia emblem. It's really cool artwork, and obviously the album artwork on the front. Obviously, I got the CD and a bunch of stickers with it, so yeah, I love Vulvodynia, and got rid of my Psychosadistic Design shirt that I got years ago. Sold that to me guitarist Tom, and I got that one, so happy days. Next up, we have a band I definitely need to talk about in a Super Metal recommendations, which they will be coming back. It's just I lost all my list of bands that I was going to feature or contenders for it, and so I've started again, and I'm starting to get bands together, but this is definitely one I do want to talk about. And this is When Plagues Collide with their, I can't remember what this shirt's called, but I got this at Fall in the Brawl because me and the lads were blown away by these guys, just staring at them in awe. If you're a fan of Shadow of Intent, then definitely give these guys a check out, or Winds of Plague, that symphonic deathcore sort of style with like melodic deathcore. Yeah, definitely check these guys out. Absolutely incredible stuff, and this shirt is sick as fuck. And the final shirt is the one that I got in the mail yesterday, which is a little bit worn out because I wore it yesterday, but you know. And this is While She Sleeps with the Brainwashed emblem shirt, obviously the classic shirt design of While She Sleeps, but it's just got Brainwashed written across the middle because, in my opinion, Brainwashed is their best album, and I've been after a shirt of While She Sleeps again for so fucking long. I had a shirt when I saw them on the Brainwashed tour, but that was a medium and I got rid of it a while back, so to have another shirt of them in large is so, yeah, I'm just in love with this shirt, man. I've been looking at it for so long on Debop, so I finally found one in large. I was just like, yeah, I have to get it. So yeah, that clothesline has actually been pretty useful, so cheers to my mum for getting us that, appreciate it. But yeah, and the final bit I want to talk about is something that I forgot to mention at the start of the video, and that is a new tattoo that I got on us fairly recently, which, can you see it? Kinda. It's the Killswitch Engage Atonement artwork. Yeah, this album, when I first heard it last year, I knew it was going to grow to become one of my favourite Killswitch Engage albums, and since the album came out, it's been my go-to of Killswitch Engage, and they've done no wrong, if you ask me, over the years. Every album has been fucking killer, but this album just touched me in a certain way. Like, I absolutely love it. So, and because of the artwork itself, I thought it would make a really nice piece there, and it was easily the most painful tattoo I've had so far, but it was worth it, man. I absolutely love it, and I love how my sleeves starting to come together, as you can see, of all my favourite albums. So I've got more space obviously on each arm to get more artworks, but I just had to get that one. Absolutely love it. And I am booked in for another tattoo in the next coming weeks, which is not, one of them is a band related tattoo, but the other one is a personal tattoo. So I'm going to save that on for the next updates and purchases. I'm not talking about part 2, I'm talking about updates and purchases 43, whenever that comes about. And I promise, I can't promise you enough, it is not going to take over a year to do an update and purchases. I can promise you that. It will take, it might take a couple of weeks, you know, a couple of months maybe, but it's not going to take over a year. And I am deeply sorry that it took so long. And I know there's people who've been inboxing us, when's the next one coming? There will be a CD collection one coming very soon, as well as vinyl. I can't wait to show the vinyl. And I've got, like, the CD collection, you can see, there will be massive chunks missing out of everywhere when we come to do this video. So keep an eye out for that in the upcoming future, as well as more album reviews coming and other vlogs that I can think of that will be coming in the future. But yeah, I'll see you until the next video, and remember, stay metal, and I'll see you later.